Only Assassination Classroom can showcase real-life issues of overzealous parents that force their child to do things they don't want to do through a robot in this episode. Damn. Assassination Classroom it boggles my mind how it can just showcase real-life issues through a damn robot. A freaking robot! Like, oh my god, that just give me a second to just to think on this, Assassination Classroom, man, it is such a good series. To be able to express something like that in this episode through a robot at that, it just blows my mind away. It really does. I mean, it's nothing new when it comes to Assassination Classroom. Assassination Classroom loves tackling, social norms or how society really is to other people or kids, parents or whatever. And to see, once again, how Assassination Classroom hides this aspect through comedy. Like, this episode, if you don't look into it too deep enough, it looks like an average comedy episode of a transfer student being introduced in this episode, Ritsu to be exact, and we just get to see the personality of this character, the introduction, the characteristics and stuff like that, along with the ending conclusion of how Koro-sensei is starting to treat Ritsu like a real student, like a real girl. And I love how Assassination Classroom hides this. I love how it tries to hide these reoccurring themes, or, these subtle themes in the background through comedy. It reminds me a lot of Gintama. Like, I've been watching a lot of Gintama, and I realize now why some might like Assassination Classroom. Like, if you like Gintama, you might like Assassination Classroom, because Gintama works the exact same way. Gintama hides some serious themes beyond the comedy. Like, if you look at the comedy, you're gonna laugh your ass off, but if you look beyond the comedy, you will see some very dark or deep themes going on in the background, and some very meaningful words and stuff like that you can really take from the episodes, and that's exactly what is going on in Assassination Classroom. So, Assassination Classroom, it just continues to shock me with how it can be so different from the average battle manga. Like, it's not a battle manga, really. From what I have seen from all these episodes, Assassination Classroom is not a battle manga, and it's kind of more of a self-contained story, just like Gintama. And to see that, I'm happy to see how Assassination Classroom is just so different from the standard shonen. Now I understand why it does so well. I've said it quite a few times, but after seeing these episodes and the progression of this series, along with these serious themes all working in the background, it just makes me so happy to really start this series and enjoy it. And I've had so many Chibits telling me that this series is being adapted properly, and I should definitely read the manga once the anime is done, in which I will definitely do. I'm definitely going to read the manga, because Assassination Classroom is a really good series. I love series that make me think, and it has to add in some comedy, along with having these serious themes in the background. I just love that type of stuff. I really love any manga or anime that tries to do something like that. It tries to go a different path compared to the average battle manga. And to see that, I'm satisfied. Now, this episode, if you don't look into the deep themes, like, if you don't look into what the true meaning of this episode of how, overzealous parents can just force their child to do what they want, force you to get away from your friends, or, kind of remove everything else that's not important to your task of learning or something like that, then you really will just say this was a funny episode. You won't really understand the full meaning if you just looked at it for comedy. But there is a lot to offer for both sides of the spectrum. If you like comedy, you're going to love this episode. And if you like, deep meaning and comedy, you're going to love this episode. And let's say you don't like the comedy. Let's say you don't. And you still understand the serious themes in this episode. You'll probably enjoy the episode, regardless if you like the comedy or not. And that is what I love about this episode. I don't think there's much more to really go into. It's the introduction of Ritsu, getting to see her character, getting to see how she fits in with the class. The only thing I really want to see from Ritsu from this point onward is to see Ritsu get an actual physical body. I want Ritsu to actually have a body, not just, in this computer monitor screen. I want Ritsu to have a physical body, kind of like Tama from, Gintama. I would like to see her, have a body. And so, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Overall, I think we have one more assassin that needs to be introduced, because I remember in the last episode, there was 2 assassins that were coming to the school, and we only got 1 in this episode, so I'm guessing next episode might focus on the next assassin being introduced. Quite surprising though, so tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this amazing episode of Assassination Classroom? By far one of the best episodes yet. Love you all so much, you have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.